thought that Bucs game was a trap game? Absolutely not.
The best team in football. I think they have the best team in the NFL right now.
Traveling to Baltimore. Should we get the lead block?
Let's do it. Let's get after it. Time for lead block. Oh, we've got a great matchup coming up week 7. It's the 4-2 Baltimore Ravens hosting the 5-1 Lions. Detroit, of course, got their 5th win against the Bucs on Sunday. And the number 5 was very meaningful for Dan Campbell, and he discussed why after the game.
I gotta get on things for it. Look at my back pocket. You might see what that is. Hey, that I got the 5. I got something else here. It's 5.
You got a 5 in your pocket right now, Kyle?
Nah, I got
5.
No, I don't carry 5.
Still only 20s. Just 20s. 20 wins. Great job for the Lions so far this season. But Peter, in your mind, what's been the most impressive things you think about the Lions' hot start?
Yeah, they've done it. Not just with all their start, like they've had guys injured. Amon Ra's missed a game. Gibbs has missed a game, multiple games. Obviously, Brian Branch wasn't out there. But I go back to last week when we really leaned into the Buccaneers. And we had creamsicle jerseys on. You weren't here.
Oh, I saw it.
Santa Peter came to play. And let's take a look at what the conversation was midway through this segment.
Wearing my favorite jerseys, we're gonna wear them.
That's it.
Exactly. I mean, I'm going to wear this just out and about. So,
You know what? If the Lions play the Bucs and thump them in those creamsicles, we'll celebrate the Lions next week.
Yes, we will.
that's a good plan.
Okay.
If the Lions win, we'll celebrate the
Celebrate it. Thank God we said it.
No.
Oh my God.
Santa Peter's here. Okay, get ready. Jason
Right now.
We've got to thank our boys at the Lions, Eamon Reynolds, the king of all PR.
Oh, yes.
Come on, baby.
Jason McCourty, you are getting a...
Give me the Kirby! Kirby!
You get Kirby Joseph.
Before he started.
Kirby Joseph.
Coming in hot.
Jamie Erdahl, this one is just for you. We know you come from a long line of football fans. Your husband comes from a long line
Oh,
of
no, you
Michigan
did not.
men. You...
Oh my
This
God.
is it. You're going to
I'm
get...
so happy right now.
And Kyle,
Peter.
Kyle,
Come on, baby.
you know, you do
I have no idea.
You do angry runs, and we love it. But I have never been so in love with a play as the angry block. You're gonna get
Reynolds! I got it! Give me the Reynolds!
You know,
Oh, baby!
what you got, Trey? I'm going with my boy, the man who was all over the field. Kyle gave him his game ball. I'm going with Alex.
Now we're talking!
We get our Lions thing,
my
Jamie.
gosh.
We can proceed with the segment. I just felt like we had to pay off our debt. Thank you to the Lions. I love these uniforms. Creamsicles were good.
No, these are...
Might be
I think I need to say something on tape.
Please do.
Next week, are you going to have Ravens jerseys if it goes poorly, Peter? I got to make sure we're covered.
Get it on tape. Let's do it again. Let's redo it. Okay. So the Lions are really the best team in football. They can't be stopped, Kyle.
We all look great, and I just have to ask, if they get spanked by the Ravens, are we going to have some Ravens jerseys next week that we can wear?
Yes. Yes, we will have Ravens.
Okay, we'll be good for the Ravens. All right, good. All right, here we go.
So I think about the fact that they've overcome injuries, and you're getting things from Craig Reynolds, and you're getting things from Khalif Raymond, and you're getting huge production out of Alex Anzalone.
Yeah, baby.
You know, I think it's awesome. It's not just been, well, they've got Amon Ross St. Brown, and they've got Montgomery didn't play.
Yeah.
And they just kept rolling. So to me, it's the fact that they bought into this thing, and they've persevered, and they continue to roll, even without a full, healthy roster. They had 7 starters missing. Everybody last week was missing players, and we heard about, well, injuries.
Yeah.
Lions don't listen to that. They just keep on going.
I have this Kirby Joseph jersey on, and
Pretty cool.
when he comes out in the intros, he does backflips. I wish I could do a backflip. I would do it, but I can't. No, absolutely not. Workers' comp's not as good as it. I look at them and you say, all right, what is the surprise? What has been the hottest thing? Aaron Glenn, he wore 31 when he was playing as well. So I'm going to go with him. He's been huge for this Lions team. You think about the way they played last year, the way they started the season, and they absolutely struggled on defense. Throughout the year last year, they won games because the offense was so good. And this year has been completely different. And to your point, injuries. Brian Branch goes down. C.J. Gardner-Johnson goes down. Emmanuel Mosley goes down. The next guy just gets it. A Jerry Jacobs, a Isaiah Bugs, a Benito Jones. These guys are stepping up. Look at their numbers from last year, where they stood, and how they're doing this year. Look at all those numbers on the right that are top 10. Some in the top 5. 28, 32. They were terrible last year on defense, and it's just a year ago. And now you look at them this season. They're winning games by being a top 10 defense. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers didn't score a touchdown in that game this past week. So I give a ton of credit to Aaron Glenn. They keep this up. He's going to be a guy that's going on the head coaching circuit this offseason, and he's just been absolutely fantastic this year.
I give a lot of credit to Kutztown University, where Craig Reynolds played his football, undrafted 2019. The biggest story for the Lions for me is the big man, Dan Campbell. Let's remember, when Dan Campbell was hired, he gives the kneecap speech, and we're going to bite off kneecaps, and it was a great piece of content. I don't know if it was a harbinger of good coaching to come. We all thought that was really fun because we celebrate stuff like that here. Understand, there were a lot of people in the media who did not think it was funny, didn't think it was amusing, who thought it was a joke, who thought it was embarrassing, who thought that Dan Campbell was hired for all the wrong reasons. Obviously, head coaching and hiring is a very loaded thing, and there's people who thought, this is the best you got? This guy is a head coach? He's pretty badass right now, and he's doing really well, and he's doing great, and it's not just a character, it's not just I have speeches, and look, the dollar thing, I mean, it's ridiculous, but it's working, and the Lions like it. In the wrong hands, on the wrong team, the wrong coach, holding up a $5 bill that we have $5 wins, I mean, it's almost Jameis with the W's. It's almost that. Time and place, they like it. I'm going to bring it full circle to this guy, Craig Reynolds. There's a clip that's going around right now from Hard Knocks a couple of years ago. And Craig Reynolds, this undrafted guy, was on the bubble. Dan Campbell's sitting there with all his coaches, and he's saying, look, what more are we going to learn about Reynolds? He's effectively saying, do we really need this guy in the team? Because we should probably cut him and make room for a different guy. And to a man, the staff that Dan Campbell was empowering was like, we need him. He represents everything that we are. If we cut Reynolds, we're going to have the O-line walking down to your office being like, you can't cut Reynolds. You know what? They didn't. So the fact that Campbell had the self-awareness and the humility and the humanity to say, guys, if you tell me we need Craig Reynolds on our team, I'll give him one of the 53. There's Craig Reynolds against a very good Bucs team, springing the star wide receiver. That's the Dan Campbell magic. I don't know if he is the most erudite, sophisticated guy ever. I don't want to insult him, but I know people in the room fight for him. And if you look at the Detroit Lions, they've tried it all, guys. They've tried the star coordinator a million times. Matt Patricia, Jim Caldwell, Jim Schwartz, Rod Marinelli. Those are all guys who are like, hire him. Dan Campbell was the hire. It pissed people off, raised some eyebrows. I think they are the best team in the NFL right now, and it's a huge part of Dan Campbell's coaching. Look,
I'm going to test that. You look at these jerseys around now. Hutchinson was obviously a number 2 overall pick. Craig Reynolds, there's a jersey on. Kirby Joseph, Alex Anzalone. These are all kind of guys that either.
Peter, if I shake that back hard enough, I want an Isaiah Bugs jersey to come out of it. Come on, don't laugh. We were working on it. I love the bug.
That's the beauty of this team. They came in with no ego. I mean, Amon-Ra St. Brown is a 4th round pick, 16 wide receivers are taken before him.
Yeah.
Kind of dig that. And then you mix that with the star players like a Jared Goff and like an Aiden Hutchinson. It's a good mix.
Okay, Jared Goff's a star player now, but like talk about no ego and everything Jared Goff has gone through in his career, in the ups, the highest of the highs, and then to be essentially shipped off to NFL Siberia, if you will, to go to the Lions, and what are you going to do with your career? And kind of the same sentiment as Dan Campbell, like, really, Lions, this is the best you're going to do? You give up Matthew Stafford and this, and Jared Goff, we haven't heard from him. He's just gone to work. He's been on Hard Knocks, and I'm like, he was his 3rd Hard Knocks experience last summer, and I was just begging for him to say something. He was on word count for me. I got nothing. Well, look at what he's given us now. Jared Goff looks incredible, and this is not like his offensive line is really good. Oh, he's playing with star wide receivers. Jared Goff straight up is a great quarterback. Period. This season, period. He may be the quarterback of one of the best teams in the NFL. Period. And that's a great way, because he is a star, but he was not of star pathway, if you will, when he arrived with the Detroit Lions.
You're absolutely right. They won that last game. They couldn't run the ball. They couldn't ball 40 times.
Yeah.
Over 40 times. They won the game.
But let's not forget, like, he also had something to say, too. Like, Brett Fitzpatrick said, you're the poor man's Matt Ryan. He's
so
like,
good.
I'm sorry, was it up to your approval? I'm not the poor man's anything.
Yeah.
He said that. It was awesome. I mean,
And also that moment right there, the rest of the league saw, it's got, because when McVay was riding high with Stafford,
Nothing.
Goff didn't say a word. Total class.
Pretty cool.
I
think, speaking of class, look at us.
Like it.
Oh my
It's
God,
good. It's great.
I've never taken a selfie on live television faster and sent it to my entire in-law family faster than this jersey right now. I can't. Not when it comes to an Aiden Hutchinson jersey. No, I can't. People must know. People must know.
Made the right call.
What else do we need to know about the fall league meeting? Judy Batista, Ian Rappaport.